Namaste, hello. I have somebody today that was in a kind of back and forth with me about because I speak on some of these teachers, which are world gurus, etc. And so I'm going to give the reason and the explanation that I gave to this person as to how and why I give the evaluations that are done, how these are coming forward. So he gave me a quote that Osho said, that there's either silence or imagination. Okay? So my comment to him at that point was, well, at least he said one thing rightly. There's either silence or imagination. And until you reside within that silence that's cut through all the illusions of imagination, your ability to see beyond to the essence of teachings and teachers is all based upon illusions of mental play. Realization cuts deep to the heart of the matter, knowing both that unchanging is and the dualistic play and its aspects. Being in the midst of the mental play, one simply does not have the tools to see in clarity. Resting in realization, one has the wherewithal to know the outcome of practices, whether of value or not. Whether what is being spoken of comes from that wisdom of realization, or whether it's the babble of a mind spin which is seeking moksha. While the mind spin may indeed sound great to ego's ears and may be taken as something very deep and meaningful, it falls flat as a babbling sound to that one which is cut through the mind's divisionary illusions. So for those that come, like again one of Nithyananda's people, that I should know spirituality. I don't even know what spirituality is. Well, I guarantee you, yes, I do know what spirituality is. People have this mistaken notion when they see my video. They know nothing of my life. They know nothing of my sadhana. They know nothing of my journey. And yet they come and make all these evaluations. They want to throw out all this drama and nonsense until one is in realization, moksha, that stillness, that unchanging is. You have nothing to judge what is coming from that unchanging is, which is going to benefit, to aid, to cut through the illusion, or what is just there to create more illusion, more coverings. And this is the value of having a guru, one that is weighty in knowledge. And I'm not speaking of intellectual knowledge, unless you are seeking things of the intellect and the mind. Then it's okay to have a guru that's weighty in intellectual knowledge. But if you are on a path wanting to get to moksha, to realization, then you need to have one, a guru, that has done the whole of that path, that understands Kundalini, how it's awakened, what it does, what it goes through the layers of consciousness, what takes place, what doesn't, what's beneficial, or what will take you out in left field. Okay? So this is why I speak of how I speak and where things are at. Again, if one is in realization, has actually broken through into that stillness, all of these texts, like the Manduka Upanishad, the Vivek Chudamani, the writings of Sri Sankacharya, are immediately opened, and one knows what they are at the very heart of exactly what is being explained. One doesn't have to need to sit there to read them and intellectually try to dissect it. It's a known. It comes from that stillness. It comes from that place of is, that quietude. Okay? And again, until you are in that stillness and quietude, and you are a seeker, you would best keep your mouth quiet and do your practices. Okay? If you are with this fabulous guru, like the Nithyananda people want to say, does he need you to fight his battles? And you should shut your mouth when you come against a spiritual teacher that you know nothing about. Okay? Because all you're doing is showing your ignorance. When they come, and like one came the other day and posted on my video, like I'm not going to figure out what they had to say. They were speaking in Telugu. Okay? That I'm an ignorant dog. Okay? They are not being beneficial to themselves to call a realized being a dog. Okay? When they are getting nothing but ego-affirming drama being passed off as truth. So they are only hurting themselves. And again, showing their ignorance. Okay? And so, from this point, again, it behooves me to speak out. When you have people that are saying they're wanting realization, and they are going to charlatans, they are going to somebody that thinks their path is ended, but they're still in the mind spin, and you can tell by what they're saying, what they're giving out as practices are not coming from that quietude that's going to break through to that. They're only giving things that are going to put more and more layers on ego. Okay, you're going to have a lot of experiences, a lot of drama, as Nithyananda people, Shaktis. Not actual things that come from Kundalini awakenings. You're going to get Shaktis, intellectual experiences, dramas, okay? But it's not going to break through to realization. And it doesn't matter how many times he tells them they're in Advaita, he doesn't know what Advaita is. It's clear from what he speaks. He doesn't know what sannyas is. He doesn't know what Advaita is. What he's telling him is 180 degrees away from the path. And they're buying it hook, line, and sinker. And not only are they not going towards realization, they are going as far as they can in the opposite direction, as evidenced by the way that they will speak to people with their filthy, filthy, filthy language. Okay? So where they think they are going, they are not going. They are replacing light with dark and not knowing the difference. So this is why I speak where I speak. This is why I speak from where I'm at. Okay? What remains here is that constant is, unchanging is, Advaita that's gone beyond mind spin. And that's a very different place from being in the Dvaita mind that's always churning on everything with thoughts revolving constantly, trying to navigate and trying to judge and trying to gather and collect or push away. Okay, there is clarity at that point. Until one is out of the visionary mind, there is not the clarity. Okay? Namaste. Have a great day.